Welcome to Voodoo RL. This is podcast 4.
What up, guys? It's your boy Bear. I'm here with
Odd Phantom.
and today we're gonna be talking about John Dee.
I wake up in the morning feeling like I'm John Dee.
Got my black magic book, and I don't know the rest of the songs.
Yeah, so we kind of mentioned the last podcast, guys, but there's this artist that I like. His name's Ghostmane. He has some pretty dope ass music. He's like an underground artist, and he talked in one of his songs. He's like, I don't know. I wouldn't say like a devil worshiper, but he has some crazy ass music that he makes, and
It's
it's
good
like
music,
it's
though.
like hardcore.
Yeah, it's good music.
But one of the songs is called John Dee, and he obviously John Dee was a black magician.
And to be honest, guys, when I first heard about it, I thought it was gonna be whack. But it's the videos that Odd Phantom sent me, and plus the research we did. It was actually interesting. Like, there's a lot of interesting facts about him,
And
just the way that he presented himself and what went through and the accounts of what they have. It was really like, it's just mind blowing.
not only that, but like it's always good to know your history, because it's very interesting what you can find looking back in time, and how not only that, but how people like betrayed like you doing things. That's why like they killed a lot of people during like the Salem times. Like they were hunting witches. And they like anything you did that was out of the ordinary that they thought they would accuse you and they would just kill you for that. And that's kind of what the topic of today is.
Well, one thing
How they portrayed people in the back in the days when they did certain things.
Yeah, not only that, but you got to remember is that during that time, people weren't that intelligent. So the actual people that
that's what they explained. Yeah, that's what they explained in
the people that actually were intelligent, that the people that were, smarter than their average people.
Exactly. Look,
it was something like, oh my God, this is.
Yeah, what is he doing? He's doing black magic.
This isn't right.
He's conjuring the devil.
Yeah, but dude, it's you gotta figure it like this. Excuse me. Let's say you were a king, right?
Yeah.
And that time you're not that smart, honestly. You're empowered because whoever was before you. Is empowered.
I understand what you're saying.
So you gotta look at it in the sense, all right, if you see this dude, right, and he comes up and starts explaining to you all these figures, all these, things you've never seen before, what are you gonna think? You're like, oh hell no, this dude's doing some type of magic shit. Like,
that's true, but
yeah,
you're rich though. If you're a king, like you don't have time. I understand. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people. We were talking about one of the greatest, or one of the most powerful things is knowledge, and a lot of people that seek knowledge, do crazy things for knowledge. But dude, you're a king. You're rich. You don't need to be smart. That's what you have people for you to do.
But you figure you don't need to be smart, but you're gonna be afraid of people that are smart.
Yeah, of course. But going back to the topic of that, the people still, they thought like when you did certain things, they thought you were like fucking.
They thought you were a devil worshiper.
Pretty much devil worshiper. He couldn't even ravel anything that had to do with science because it was considered black magic.
Well, you gotta also think that during that time you can't explain it.
Well, yeah, but
like now you can explain science. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain things like that we're gonna explain about that John Dee did, like alchemy. You know what I mean? Alchemy to this day is still, it's half of science and half belief. Half.
It's science. No, it's science and physics though.
No. Yeah, but I'm just saying it's people believe that because like we did all the research.
Well, it's half superstitious.
Yeah. It's like half magic, half science.
Science, yes.
So it's like you have to really believe you can turn iron into gold.
Well, he was thinking that he could turn like coal.
Silver.
Back in the days, like alchemy, right? Like you can get coal, right?
Yeah.
And you can turn coal into gold.
No.
But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can't do that because technically speaking, alchemy means equivalent exchange.
Yeah.
So that means that if you
that's why
you have all the components to make gold, right? So saying if gold is made out of zinc, metal, copper, oxygen, all this little materials, and you put them all together and you do the ritual, you're supposed to create gold. That's what equivalent exchange is supposed to be.
No, I understand that, but like I'm saying is it's like the major one everyone that was
there's a lot. That's what I'm saying. So he studied alchemy, and there's a lot of back stuff about that. But
no. But I'm just saying anybody that dabbles with alchemy, what they want to do, the majority of them is make gold.
Well, make gold, but
you know what I mean. That's what they want to do to prove that they can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I seen the thing is also too. But Full Metal Alchemy, like bringing people from the dead. stuff like that. Like,
but ain't that necromancy?
Well, yeah, that's also necromancy, but not my bad. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, necromancy. I mean, like,
it's a part of alchemy,
no.
but it's
creating a human being. There it is.
Yeah,
creating a human being with alchemy, and because remember, and this is what I want to talk about a little bit about alchemy, real quick, guys. Sorry, there was this video that Bear over here sent me a while ago. It was about this guy trying to create homunculus.
Oh, I know, it was crazy.
Yeah, so what is it? So the guy,
it was nasty too.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. The guy would get eggs, like baby eggs, right, from raw eggs, from
animals,
like chickens and shit.
Like chickens, yeah.
And what he would do, he would inject his sperm
into
the egg to see what happens.
Well, yeah, he was trying to create a life.
He was trying to create a life through the alchemy, and that he had a book. It was like, what, was it German or was it like Russian?
I think it was. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember watching
what language, but I think
it was Russian.
It was like Russian, right, or something like that. So he had this alchemy book. Like, I don't know how far it dated back, but in the book, I guess it teaches you how to create a homunculus, like little people.
Oh yeah, it was. I think it was in German. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like create little people, pretty much, because supposedly little people existed in the. I'm not talking about like, I don't want to say the M word, but not that little people, but I'm like dwarfs. I didn't mean dwarfs, but I mean like actually like little small people.
Well, not dwarfs. It's
I'm talking about like the size of an action figure, guys. That's what I'm talking
about. They're
called
I guess nymphs.
Nymphs.
I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Nymphs.
I guess. But yeah, he injected his sperm in the egg, and he would let it incubate, and he created like this nasty looking thing.
Yeah, and just to give, I'm gonna put the video in the link
so you guys can watch it. It's crazy. Your discretion is advised, though.
Yeah,
this is nasty.
He did not just do one. He did multiple ones until he actually got something like, living,
and it was like moving around.
It was moving. It was nasty. Like it was like, and it was crazy because at that time when I saw the video, I was just scrolling through Facebook and it just popped out and I was like, "Ooh, what is this?" I clicked on it and
it was
then
like, worst mistake of my life.
Yeah, it was like as soon as I saw it, I was like, like to say that's when I knew I effed up and I was like, damn. And then I was like, it was interesting and I was like, I gotta send it to my brother. So I was like, I sent it to him. He watched it and he's like, "Dude, why you send me this?"
Yeah, that's funny. Like, and this is like way before we even thought about doing like a podcast.
Yeah,
so,
like.
We were just like messing around, sending stupid videos to each other.
Yeah, and that just goes to show that people believe that they can create life. Yeah. They can create,
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it has been done in the sense of he was trying to create life like in a weird ass way. But I mean, people.
Well, he created something regardless.
I'm saying like you can't just.
It's a living thing. I don't know if it's a creature. I don't know if it's a human. You can't just
create life though. I don't believe you can just create life like okay, I want to make this human being and he's gonna be born. Well, you still need a human sperm and an egg to make,
Yeah, but I don't know what he created, but
I'm no scientist or anything. But
and he even remember in the video he actually killed it.
Yeah, he ended up killing it.
Because he fucking.
Well, I don't know. Remember.
He ended up killing him because remember.
I don't remember the video.
It says
I don't remember just that fact that he was dabbling in alchemy, which is something you shouldn't fuck with. I mean,
like all the stuff we talk about, if you guys want to research it, do it to your discretion and don't go beyond.
It's like what they made us do it.
Yeah, don't go beyond what you believe and don't do.
Yeah, because sometimes when you dabble in things that you shouldn't.
Yeah, because like I was with the topic that we're gonna be talking about, the person that made the video of what we saw, he was saying that he was haunted for 6 months.
Yeah, by a poltergeist.
Yeah, dude. And that's that he didn't dabble in that type of thing. So. Whatever we talk about, if you want to look into it, if you want to, just be open minded about it, and just know
I wouldn't say like, hey, go play with the Ouija board, because that's so fun.
So just
let's go summon Satan,
just take it at your discretion.
Yeah, because who wants to summon Satan?
Yeah, so that know.
So my brother's gonna give a little. Bear's gonna give an introduction of John Dee, guys.
So John Dee, he was alive from July 13th.
He was born on July 13th.
Okay, well,
1527.
Yeah, 1527, and he lived from. Well, it was.
And he died in 1608 or 1609. There was.
It was iffy, like it's a number between there.
I don't know the exact day, but it was between.
Talking about his death, it's crazy how in England they still have his tomb, and in his tomb it says astrologer. It says
astrologer, but it's in the Saint something.
It's crazy. It's crazy about them. So he was an English astronomer,
mathematician.
Oh, mathematician, astronomer, astrologer. I think
astrologer, dude.
Oh, astrologer.
Dude, come on.
Occult philosopher.
See, let me just read this.
Philosopher.
I'll just read it, dude, because you're kind of like
an advisor to the Queen Elizabeth. He devoted much of his life to study of alchemy. And what else?
Divination. And hermetic philosophy.
There we go. Sorry, guys, I can't read.
He's like, I'm teaching a 3-year-old how to read, you know?
He was also an advocate to the England imperial expansion into British Empire. No, that's pretty much it. That dude was crazy.
Wow, that's it, dude. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, guys. So, John Dee, right? He was, like we said, he was a mathematician, an astronomer, a philosopher. Okay, so back in the days, math.
But hold on, that's not the only thing he was. They also said he was a cryptographer.
Yeah, cryptographer. He was a scryer.
A scryer,
which is a person that like reads through, like talks to spirits through a crystal ball.
He was a cryptographer, and then he was a.
I know, but we're gonna get that. We're gonna get to that. We're just gonna explain to his life, but you didn't kind of explain. So, I'll go ahead and just his early life. So John Dee, he was born in London. His mom was his father was Tower Ward, and his mother was Roland Dee, of Welsh descent. They were Welsh, and his surname was Dee. It derives from the Welsh "du," as it means black. So that's why I guess John Dee, the Black Mage. That's probably why they call him, because then Welsh
put two together.
Yeah, I guess it stands for that. But he attended Chelmsford Chantry School, now King Edward V Grammar School, from 1535 to 1542. He entered St. John's College at Cambridge in November 1542 at the age of 15. Imagine that, graduating with a bachelor's in at that time only at 15. In 1545 or early 1546. Obviously, his abilities were recognized by, a lot of people, that wanted him to do lectures and stuff. But remember, this guy, he did stuff that to this day we use in our mathematics. He created like division, the multiple, like the time sign, like all that. Like he created all this stuff, because back in the days, if you were a mathematician, you were known as black mage. You were an occultist. That's what they thought.
Well, not necessarily black magic, but because remember, during that time there's white magic and then there's black magic.
No, there wasn't any white magic at the time. People just thought that everything was bad, so it was black magic.
No, yeah, but remember, we're
gonna get it to the thing. We're kind of fast forwarding a little bit.
No, hold on, don't tell me what to do. Okay. All right, you're not the boss.
Hold on, let me. So like I was saying though, so John Dee, he was very intelligent. I'm telling you, he was a smart person. So when you're smart, you go in the search for knowledge, and a lot of the times when you find things, or you go farther than you can to search for knowledge, pretty much. So he was invited to lecture for one of the universities, and his lectures were so packed that it wasn't enough people to house him in there. Like, you had people like outside the hallways and stuff. Like, I guess the topics they talk about was like super interesting. But
and then you figure back in the day, those schools weren't that big anyways. Not like now.
Well, yeah, the like schools, weren't. I mean, that
they weren't big. They weren't big structures. You know what I mean? They weren't like. They're not like how they are now. They fit hundreds of students in one class. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's how colleges are now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But back in the day, you figure, I think maybe 20 would be the most, or maybe 30. That's pushing it, like, of how big the buildings were.
Yeah, true that. So when he was like in his I think like, what is it, mid 20s, 30s, like around there. So pretty much at the year of 1555, he was arrested and charged with calculating for having cast horoscopes of Queen Mary and Princess Elizabeth. So Queen Mary, she did not believe in like fortune telling, like reading your future, your cards, your palm, anything like that. So John Dee, he said that Queen Mary was gonna pass at 1558.
Oh, it's
1558. She was gonna pass at 1558, which his prediction did come true. But before that happened, he was jailed because reading people's future, what they called it, calculating, is, against the law. You can't do that because.
Well, it's just like how they did, like, let's say, I know, talking about the magic. It's like like they say in Camelot, you know what I mean? Magic was banned there because, they had evil wizards and stuff like that, So
isn't that science fiction?
Actually, no, Camelot is real.
Oh yeah, Excalibur exists too.
Yes, it does. I'm not even kidding, bro.
I mean, I don't know about that, dude. Like a powerful sword that if you wield it gives you like immense power. Like, okay, let me go fucking search for it right now.
They haven't found it though, but
okay, yeah, real though. That's what I'm saying. Is hypothesis, huh?
That's a
hypothesis. Yeah, but so he was jailed, guys, and Queen Mary. There was other people that would try to do that, read people's fortunes. So he
was in jail with the people
that pretty much did that as well.
Were parts of cults and stuff like that. Yeah.
So to make an example, she killed these people, like pretty much beheaded them to warn everyone of not doing that. So while he was in jail, he obviously feared for his life. He thought he was gonna die.
I would too, man. Yeah. You figure if you know for a fact that this is outlawed, and I'm in jail for it, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, why you gotta be dumb about it and still do it? Like, come on. I know.
Well, it's because like, if he believed in it and he predicted something that he knows might be true because of science or however he said he was, you're gonna want to tell somebody. You know what I mean? Maybe he didn't tell them in the sense of doing it or doing them bad. Maybe he was trying to warn them, but they took it the wrong way.
Yeah, but. Yeah, so I would expect that, but at the same time though, like you're like nobody, and you're saying, hey, the queen's gonna die in 3 years. Like that's pretty much saying like you're gonna either kill her or something,
So I get both.
That's why she jailed him. I don't even think more about reading the future, but more of the fact of him saying that.
Yeah, I get both points of view, but it's like if it's like I don't think any human would want to be like.
You when you went up, you got off the mic a little bit. So.
Hey. I don't think any human being, if they know something or if they were told something, let's say somebody in your dream comes to you and tells you, hey, you know what, one of your family members might get in an accident, you're gonna warn your family, be like, hey, be careful, be safe. You know what I mean? You're not gonna just be like, and then you're not gonna be like, oh, fuck them. You know what I mean?
I'll probably just brush it off. I'm like, nah.
I
don't even like that motherfucker.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, he was maybe he might have did it out of spite, or maybe he did it for being good.
But why would he do it out of spite? He didn't even know her at the time.
Well, yeah, but remember, in that time, maybe they already perceived. Remember? They probably perceived him to be a black magic sorcerer or, evil. So he's like, all right, cool, you guys think I'm evil? I'm going to give you guys this,
That's not the way it was, but I guess. Come on, Abel. You're letting me down right here, man.
You don't know this. Hey, don't say my government name.
Oh, shit. Sorry. My bad. Fuck.
Damn, the government's going to fight me down. I'm about to go try this. Bye, guys. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry, bro. So pretty much in 1558, Queen Mary ends up dying, which was like kind of baffling because he predicted when she was going to die. So a lot of that times then people were like, oh, shit. Like, he was right. Like,
yeah, they're like, he's a real deal.
Yeah, he's a real motherfucking deal, You can tell. So then after that, Dee was presented to Queen Mary with a visionary plan. So Queen Mary, he presented her with the plan, to, I gotta say, for the preservation of books. So this is the queen that died, obviously. So before he was jailed, he presented her with a visionary plan of books to preserve books, but she didn't want to. And then after that, he was jailed. But sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you guys. And then that after she died, Queen Elizabeth I took over the throne in 1558. And then Dee became her trusted advisor on astrological and scientific matters. So that's how pretty much, like, he was jailed because he claimed somebody was going to die. She died at the right time, which is 1558. 1558, Queen Elizabeth takes over. Once she takes over, she appoints him pretty advisor.
Much right-hand man.
Yeah, her advisor, exactly. Her advisor.
Well, dude, you gotta think of it this way. if he predicted something and I'm in the time and I have power, I'm gonna keep that dude as closest to me that I can.
Because then if
you figure he can be like,
ask him for anything like, hey, what
do you think about this?
Yeah, what's gonna happen?
You know what I mean? So
that's why she was appointed his advisor.
So I would keep him right next to me and be like, hey, dude, you're gonna stick here, and in the research it says she let him do pretty much whatever he wanted to do, because it's like he let him practice in, black magic, occultist stuff, and then he had. They were saying he had a big budget, so he was able to.
What is it? Once he was appointed her. Yeah. Remember, he appointed before Queen Elizabeth took over. He presented Queen Mary with a visionary plan for the preservation of old books.
Yeah.
Manuscripts and records. So he wanted to make a library, pretty much. Yeah. John Dee wanted to make a library.
Well, they said that he had one of the most rarest libraries, but you know what I mean. After what happened. They don't know what happened to all the books or the grimoires or the stuff, Yeah,
I get you.
Get off the phone.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm looking something up. So what is it? John Dee was appointed to Queen Elizabeth, and pretty much he had a big budget. So what he began doing is he began to create pretty much his budget. He began to collect occultist books. Any book that pretty much any occultist book that he could find that had pretty much different things. And what is it? Once he found all these books that he pretty much came across this book that was called I'm sorry guys, I'm looking for it right now. It was called the Steganographia, which was a book to summon angels. Okay. So once he became collecting these occultist books, while collecting these books, he came across this astronographic. It was Steganographia, which is known as a grimoire, which is like pretty much a book of magic. And to summon entities and summon angels, John Dee met this guy named Edward Kelly, who was the actual black magic sorcerer, I guess if you want to call that, but he did black magic, guys. He was an occultist, like a hardcore occultist. Edward Kelly, he got his ears cut off because he did this thing called coining, which was create like counterfeit coins. So he kind of looked weird. The guy, Edward Kelly.
Well, yeah, you would look weird if you had no
ears. I know, right? So yeah, he was an occult. He was an occult, a black magic occultist, and he was an alchemist as well, same as Edward Kelly.
Also, too, he was a medium.
Oh yeah, and he was yes, he was a medium.
Yeah, that's the most important.
Yeah, that's the most important part. Yeah, because if not, we're gonna mess it. So pretty much once these two people met each other, Edward Kelly and John Dee, they automatically clicked, and John Dee was so fascinated with Edward Kelly because he was a medium, and if you guys don't know what mediums are, they can speak to spirits. And also, not only was Edward Kelly able to talk to spirits, he was also able to conjure them as well. Mm-hmm. Like, bring them to life, or like make them, like move shit and stuff like that.
Now I have a question for you. You think it was fate that they met, or?
I don't think it was fate, and this is my hypothesis about that. Well, my theory. Let's say theory. He had power, John Dee. Mm-hmm. Remember, because he was also knighted.
Yeah.
He was also knighted. He was also knighted.
So they called him
Sir.
He
was Sir John Dee, and he was a doctor, so he had a PhD. Obviously, he was intelligent. He had power, and he had money.
So you think he just looked for him?
Yes, because of course he looked for him. He had a he doesn't just stumble upon somebody and like, oh hey, Yeah. Of course he looked for him. If you're saying you're an angel, right?
Yeah.
And what is it? People believe in angels, and they spot you or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody's gonna be searching for you.
That's true.
Okay, exactly. So it's. I mean, I know.
So
it's
maybe
like that's kind of weird example, but
yeah, no, I think about the same as you. That he heard what John Kelly was doing, and he's like, what?
It's John Dee. Edward Kelly is the.
That's why
you said John Edward.
Oh my bad. So I think John Dee heard what Edward Kelly was doing, and I think he went looking for him until he found him, so they can work together, and maybe he can further himself in learning more about of all the things that he wanted to do.
Yeah, but the most important part was that the Steganographia, the book that I found, the Grimoire, which was to summon entities, but it was also to summon angels.
Well, either way, a grimoire, it's just pretty much, I haven't heard grimoire being good so far. All I've heard was all kinds of grimoires being bad.
What do you mean bad in what sense?
Like, from what I understand and from what I've read, is that no grimoire summons anything good.
Well, because they're known as like witch books.
That's what I'm saying. So, and that's why when I say bad, I mean bad in the sense of like there's no good that can come from what you're about to get yourself into.
Yeah, but so pretty much, once they clicked, they started like summoning spirits, and they would use either a crystal ball or this thing called a shoe stone to summon, these entities. And Edward Kelly was one of the only one that was able to communicate with them.
Oh yeah, he was able to communicate because he was the medium.
Yeah, he was the only one who was able to communicate with them, and pretty much it started. John Dee He recorded all this. He wrote that they had spoken to over 70 entities, and some they claimed that some appeared to them as angels, some appeared to them as just normal human beings, and some looked like demonic monsters, which is like fucking. That's creepy. Like, if you like summon somebody, and you see like they have like this twisted looking face like a demon, like, and you're still talking to them, like,
shit, I'll run, bro.
I was saying, like, why would you even try to summon them in the first place?
And I mean, just in case if people don't know what a shoe stone is, it kind of looks like a TV screen. And that's how they were.
It's made out of obsidian.
Obsidian, yeah. So it's like a TV. So it's like if you're looking at, like, you can see yourself off of it.
The reflection.
But it would be like if a projector projects an image through the glass.
Yeah, when you're talking to whatever spirit.
That's how it looks. So it's kind of like the Snow White mirror.
Yeah, and when we're researching this, John Dee, one of the guys that we were watching that made a video, he said that the shoe stone. It's even worse than the like a Ouija board. Like, that's
he says that it's open more to.
You're so like.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't understand is that this is like not something to mess around with, because this is the thing. Like, so if you say you play with the Ouija board, right, guys? You know how they. I mean, I've never played with it, but obviously we've seen movies and I've heard stories from multiple people in my family, especially, that they've messed with it. You start off by saying hello. And then, you ask it a question, and there's certain questions you shouldn't ask it. And they say that once you're done with it, you're supposed to say goodbye.
Yeah, but I think it's not that they don't understand. I think it's just the fact, like they say, the curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah, well,
so I think that
there's a lot of curious people.
Exactly, and that's where they mess up, because, okay, it's like me, right? I'm curious in the sense of I kind of want to play it, but at the same time I know better, so I know not to do it. You know what I mean?
But what would happen if I played it?
You know what I mean? So, but there are some people that are like, oh, it's not that they don't believe.
No, it is that they don't believe.
Oh yeah, and then they're like, oh, well, nothing bad can happen, so they do it, and then they have to pay the consequences.
It is that they don't believe, because paying the consequences means that they open up a portal to another dimension.
Yeah. Well, yeah, to an evil
spirit. So they open up a different. I know it's not like going far fetched. Like, these are things that have been documented.
Well, you know what I mean? And not only evil spirits, I know for a fact that there is good spirits, because like I've seen videos on YouTube, I've seen videos on TV, where there's a spirit that saves somebody's life. You know what I mean? Like, let's say, like I saw this one video where this old man was crossing the street, almost got hit by a car, but something pushed it out of the way.
I don't know, man.
So it's like, that had to be something good, and that's because you figure.
It's like I gotta see it to believe it. I'm not being like a skeptic, but it's at the same time, dude. There's so many fucking fake videos on the internet.
That's true.
And there's so much shitty. So there's so much shitty. What is it? Photoshop that like it's so shitty, it's believable. Kind of. Like,
yeah. You're like, oh damn.
If it looks too real, it's fake. But the shitty ones are the ones that kind of make you like, oh damn, like.
But look, I've seen a ghost. Have you seen a ghost?
No, and I hope I don't ever see a ghost.
So it's like, I've seen one, so I know they're real, and I know one, it wasn't bad because it didn't harm us, and at that time, I wasn't the only one that saw it, so I know for a fact that it wasn't something bad.
Yeah, but see, the difference was like, okay, you saw one. That's fine. Like, you got scared or whatever. I never seen one. But as far as like,
don't want to see one.
as far as the presence goes of feeling like uneasy, I've had that feeling.
Yeah,
multiple times.
Wow,
multiple times.
You might be a medium.
Don't ever say that.
Because remember, in our family there has to be one medium. Because our aunt, she was a medium. So in our family, one of us is a medium.
My great grandmother was a medium.
That's what I'm saying. So
but she also did black magic.
I know. So did my aunt.
So did my aunt do black magic as well.
Our brother aunts. That's what I'm saying. So one of us is a medium. We don't know who it is.
No, pretty sure that it has to be with the mother, not us.
Not really. It falls in the line. Anybody in our family can be a medium as long as because we're all blood related. So they have. Yeah,
but my grandmother did some really bad magic.
Our aunt did too, bro. Dude, we got stories.
Yeah,
so
that's
a different topic. Yeah, but yeah.
But it was. I mean, we're kind of going the lines of when he was summoning spirits with the shoe stone. Which is like worse than the they said that it's worse than using a
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think we should have asked my aunt of like what type of stuff she used to like kind of see if it's the similar
that's like
to the stuff that this.
The thing is that she did something bad. We all know the story. We don't want to say it.
No, I know, but I just want to see if what she used like book wise or like learning wise of what she did, like is it the same as what John Dee used? You know what I mean? Because it might have been similar to some of the stuff that he had to what she did, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we can talk about that, like mediums and because for the next topic.
No, I know. I was just thinking right now that I think if we would have asked to see if we can compare to like somebody that did something and what John Dee was doing.
Of course, yeah, we can interview her. You know, but yeah. So like I was saying, is worse than using the Ouija board. That's what they stated, and so they communicated to these demons.
Well, some of them.
Some demons.
We would just call them entities because we don't know if they were demons or angels.
Yeah, but the thing is that most of these spirits, like they try to play the nice guy, and then they hook onto you. They latch onto you.
That's how they hook onto you because they tell you stuff.
Yeah, because the evil feeds on good pretty much. They feed on you. Yeah, they try to feed on your well-being pretty much.
Well, not only that, it also feeds on your ignorance. You know what I mean? Because like I understand that he was super smart, but he kept on opening that dimension. He kept on opening that wave. So it's like they were like, all right, cool, like we got him by a hook.
You know what I mean? but the thing is that, so remember, he wanted knowledge.
Well, that's the thing.
If you contact to, like, saying you make contact with the spirit, right?
Yeah.
And he was born in the 12th century.
Yeah.
You know, that means that how many hundreds of years is that already? And he's able to tell you information about what happened then.
Yeah, but
so if you're like a historian, you would want to like contact somebody to know what is going on.
I get what you're saying, but you gotta also remember is that from what people have said, is that the spirits don't always tell you the truth. They tell you they blur the lines between truth and lies. So the majority of the stuff that they do tell you, it's not real because like when he talked to one of the spirits, John Dee, they gave him what was led to believe an angelic language, right? I understand I'm getting a little ahead, but I just want to say because in the video, one of the dudes that the guy, there's a guy that from the video we watch, he mentions this guy that he also talks to spirits, and they gave him an old language. But see, maybe it's not an actual like angelic language, or maybe it's not an old language. Maybe it's just a language that they've made up. And
because what the guy was explaining is that the director of Lord of the Rings created his own Elvish language.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like it might have been just something that they made.
But
and it's like okay,
being able to create your own language is not. I wouldn't think it's that difficult. Like to create your own languages.
Well, from what he said, it's a guy from the Lord of the Rings that created the Elf language. He said, and actually being able to talk about it and have letters, he said it was really difficult to create.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not alone. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has a bunch of publicists and writers and to be able to help him. Yeah, but so there was
the shoe stone.
Yeah. So there were the spirit. The reason why we're mentioning these spirits is that one of the spirits was named Medini. And Medini would pretty much give them information. This was the so-called angel that they spoke with that gave them the Enochian alphabet, which is the language of angels. John Dee was warned by Medini that he was going to get raided and that he had to move to Poland. At the time, he had to move to Poland because he was going to get raided. So what we're going to do for you guys, this was, I guess, recorded by John Dee. We're going to read the
conversation they had.
Yeah, we're going to read the conversation they had, and we're going to use the voice changer. So it's the first time he's in
Bear with us.
Yeah, bear with us. But
this is something new to us.
So I'm going to start off. I'm going to be Medini. Bear is going to be John Dee. So like that.
I woke up
and then John, mind you that Medini was a woman. Okay, so that's why it might sound a little funny, guys. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start off the dialogue. So Medini goes like this.
2, 1.
The Lord Treasurer and he are joined together, and hate thee. I heard them when they both said, those which go mad shortly, whatsoever they can do against thee, assure they self so. They will shortly lay a bait for thee, but eschew them.
Lord, have mercy upon me. What bait, and by whom?
They have determined to search thy house, but they stayed until the Duke he gone.
What will they search for? It for?
They hate the Duke until death.
But why?
Take heed that you deal uprightly.
But will they enter my house to search my house, or no?
Immediately after the Duke his going, they will.
What do they hope to find?
They suspect the Duke is inwardly a traitor.
They can by no means charge me, not so much as a traitorous thought.
Yeah, so that was a conversation that John Dee and Medini had. And pretty much, if you guys understood, I know we're going back and forth. It was the first time doing that, guys. So bear with us. But
I hope you guys liked it.
Yeah, I hope you guys liked it and understood what we said. So that's pretty much what they were talking about. So the Medini told John Dee that he was gonna be raided by people that thought he was like a traitor, but they hated him as well. Mm-hmm. Nobody liked him because if saying you believe in religion, right? And you see somebody doing like the devil's work, you're not gonna like him. So whatever you can nail the guy with, you can nail with.
Yeah, well, like in the guy in the video, the one we watched, he was saying that if you're an atheist and he proves that there's an afterlife or there's spirits, that throws off your belief because you believe that there's nothing after death, and you believe that there's no religion, there's no nothing. So that's pretty much proving you wrong.
Yeah, but there's a lot of skeptics out there. But the funniest thing is that there's a lot of skeptics out there.
Yeah,
but a lot of people have experienced the paranormal activity, the ghost and all that kind of stuff. We've experienced it as well.
We got to think it's a big world and we're not alone. That's number one. Even if it's not, let's say it's not alien related, or you know what I mean, but there is something after death.
At least we can all agree that there is things that you cannot explain.
Exactly.
There's things you can't explain.
See, like if I wake up in the morning, to go use the restroom, and then I pop out and I see something dark, I can't explain it. Like I'm just like, what happened? Who are you? Go away, run. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like there's certain things you can explain. There's certain things you can't explain.
Exactly.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. So pretty much after he gets warned by Medini, John Dee, he ends up going and fled to Poland per Medini's warning, and Medini told him if he fled to Poland, and he convinced to get the king at Poland under his wing to tell. She said like this. She told him to tell the king, that
to cleanse them of all the bad spirits.
To cleanse them of all the bad spirits. Because he had the power to.
But after he gave him the warning, she told him that if he moves to Poland, that she would continue contacting him and giving him more information.
Yeah, contact with them.
And keep in contact with them. And then once they got to Poland, John Dee and Edward Kelly, they recontacted the spirit. And that's when the spirit was like, you know what? Try to convince the king of Poland. you know what I mean, to make you guys his advisors, and you guys are gonna help him cleanse himself of all the bad spirits.
Yeah, exactly.
And in the findings that we found, the king of Poland, he was intrigued by the occultists. He was intrigued by the stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff. He was intrigued by the black magic. Like he had a curiosity for it.
Yeah. So in other words, he knew what they were saying was BS. All that
yeah. So
he knew what they were saying was BS, but he's like, he was intrigued by it. He was like, you know what? Let's see what they can do. You know what I mean? Let's see what they can.
Yeah, let's see what they can.
What they can bring to the table.
Exactly.
Yeah. And one of the things that I liked was that, after they raided and everything, they burned most of the books. Obviously, John
Dee,
they
burned most of the books, and a lot of them were just scattered.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure John Dee took.
He just took most important books. Most of his more valuable.
And the shoe stone that he used is in the British Museum.
Yeah, and also
to this day.
What's his name? William Shakespeare, right?
William Shakespeare. Yeah, he said he saw it and
he commented about it. He made a comment. We didn't get the comment down that he talked about.
He said it was the most beautiful thing, but at the same time it was the most evilest thing he's ever seen in his entire life. And that was, I think, about 100 years after he had died already.
I don't know. I think it was more than that. I don't think. I don't know when William.
I think it was
Shakespeare was born,
yeah, but and to this day they still have it there. It comes with its own case, and it's there, and it's just like, why you have it here?
Well, because that's what he used, to contact spirits. I mean, everybody knew that. So I mean, having it in the museum.
What do you think? If we get it, you think we can get Medini up in here?
Remember, the only way that the shoe stone worked was because Edward Kelly, his friend,
was a medium.
So you have to be a medium in order for you to use that.
Well, that's maybe you're a medium.
No, I'm not. Don't say that. Don't ever disrespect me like that. I'm not no medium, dude. No, and even if I was, dude, I wouldn't be wanting to see fucking, spirits and all this BS.
No, and then also too, how the guy was saying is that they both saw two different things.
Yeah, of course.
Edward Kelly would see one thing. John Dee would see another thing.
But the reason why that they both saw different things because spirits or demons or whatever you want to call them, they appear to you the way you want to see them.
Pretty much, yeah.
The way you want to see them.
They're like, this is my final form.
Yeah, no BS though, because there's believe it or not, this, you ever seen that too? At least believe it or not kind of show.
Yeah.
Okay, my father. I know this is why is it always your family? Dude, everybody has family that has superstitious stuff happening to him.
Yeah, bro, but our family, this is, I don't know, they just followed us through the family, through the line, man. That's what it is.
My dad, when he used to work security, and my dad was never really a religious person, but he began, what is this? He began...
Okay, this is. Let me tell the story.
No.
You don't know.
No. I'm telling the story. No.
This is what happened.
No. Don't interrupt me, motherfucker.
So, what ended up happening?
You don't even know what story I'm gonna talk about. There's so many.
No, there's not. The one that you're talking about is the devil one, and I know which one it is.
Lies.
So what ended up happening was that my dad was never religious. My grandmother ended up giving him a book because my dad and my mom were gonna get married by church. So obviously at that time, my father was never religious, so he started reading the book. So one day he says that a beautiful woman appears to him at his work, and mind you, where he worked, he was by himself. He didn't work with nobody. He did work with somebody, but they were in the office. So she appeared and my dad looked at him, and my dad thought he was tired, so he went to the restroom, washed his face, and came out.
So you don't even want to say this story.
Hold on, and he came out. So. After that, he told my mom, you know what, this happened. She appeared a couple of times. So they went to go see a priest. A priest gave him a little vial of holy water and told him, if you ever see him, drink it. So, he went back to work. It appeared again. And this time, my dad says that it appeared as a girl, and it rushed him, and it turned into this demonic thing with these big-ass claws and was choking him.
And the thing was that you ever seen Venom with his long ass tongue?
My
dad described my father describes it like that.
That he literally whipped out a long ass tongue
and choked him with it kind of almost. I know this is I was like, believe it or not. What is it? There's a spider right there, dude.
Where?
Kill it. It's right there. You can't see it. It's in front of you. Hold up, guys. They're having a little right here. Like in front of you. Do this right. No, more over here. You're missing.
Oh, I see it now.
Oh, you let it go. Okay, sorry guys. We had a spider.
He's scared of spider.
Oh shit. Yeah, but sorry guys.
Just to let you guys know, it's the smallest spider in the world. And
I was looking out for Bear, man. It was right next to him, man. He could have got it. I didn't want him to get bit and turn into Spider-Man.
All right, back to the
story. Yeah, he claims because I mean, obviously, like I said,
we weren't there.
We weren't there, so but my dad says that the thing got like the tongue like wrapped around his neck and didn't let him swallow the holy water.
And my dad came home pale as hell.
Yeah, like if he just seen a dead body almost, like white. I'm talking. My dad's like dark skinned then.
So you figure him coming home pale,
brown skinned. I guess
he came home
dark
white.
Brown skinned. Yeah,
he came home white.
Yeah, he came out pale, man. So imagine that, like the devil, spirits, whatever you want to call them, because I mean people are skeptical. Aliens, they will appear to you however you want to see them.
Pretty much.
Yeah, if you imagine that the devil is obviously like a nasty monster, he's gonna appear to you like a nasty monster. Yeah. So when he left already over there to Poland, he convinces the king, and then he becomes his advisor as well. And then he keeps on making contact with Medini, and then that's when Medini provides him the Enochian alphabet. And the Enochian alphabet, which is kind of crazy because this is so-called the angels' alphabet.
Yeah.
This was the language that they spoke of at the time of Adam and Eve. Yeah. If you guys don't know the story of Adam and Eve, I'm gonna give you a little run through about it.
So I think everybody knows the story.
And maybe not. Some viewers, might not. So, Adam and Eve, obviously, they were God's children. The only two created. The world was pure. They were naked. They didn't even know that they looked naked. And there was a snake that convinced them to eat the apple. The God told them, you can have everything in the world, but just don't eat off the apple tree.
What was the tree of knowledge?
Whatever, dog. I'm gonna give you like a short run of the story.
Okay.
Yeah, so he tells them don't eat the apple. The devil convinces them to eat the apple. I think the girl was the first one. Eve was
it was Adam.
No, it was Eve.
Adam.
Whatever. Either or. One of them ate the apple. The other one
tomato.
Yeah. The other one convinced them to have the apple, and then they had sex, and that was like the greatest sin and stuff. And then that's when God, got mad at them and then forced. I don't know. He said that what did he say? Like,
well, the language that they spoke, it turned into Hebrew.
I don't know. I don't know if it turned into that.
Yeah, Hebrew is the oldest language, and that's what they say. That they spoke, different language, but then that became Hebrew after they
probably didn't even know how to speak. Dude, they were just writing like, just talking like that. Yeah, but yeah, so that's who Adam and Eve was. Yeah, I mean, that's probably not the best story of them, but that's what.
But you guys get the gist of it.
Yeah, you guys get the gist of it. So yeah, so the Enochian alphabet, it was what they got. It was a language that they spoke at the time. If you look at we'll make sure to put a picture of it on so you guys can see it.
Like I said, dude, stop adding so much stuff.
I know, right?
Get more work.
Pictures, videos, links, guys, anything you guys want.
You just look, guys. Just to let you guys know, he comes. I set up. He leaves. I take apart, and I gotta upload all kinds of stuff.
Hey, check this out, though, guys. I do all the hard stuff. Okay, I do all the layouts. For us, I highlight it. I make it as easy as possible for Bear, and still he messes up. I don't understand. I don't know if I have to write it.
It's because I'm more of
baby words.
I need more simplistic words.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write a whiteboard, and I'm gonna have it written up there for you.
Yeah.
You know how to what we have to say.
Yeah, that'll be better. It's because I'm a read along.
We're gonna just start choosing short topics so like that you won't get confused.
Yes, please.
So yeah, what is it? I have a theory about this language. I don't think it was fake. Maybe it wasn't an angel's language, but maybe it was a language that was talked back at that time. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
It was a language that was spoken of back then,
like an old language,
like very old language. Maybe one of the first
languages.
One of the first
languages, yeah.
Maybe one of the first languages, But that's why I'm saying. But spirits tend to lie. You can't believe that. Yeah. So. Pretty much wrapping it up, guys, of John Dee. He was a black magic magician. He I would say this. He met with this guy named Edward Cali. He pretty much got information. You know, he talked to spirits. The one thing he's known for is the alphabet of, you know, the knocking alphabet.
Well, one of the things about the alphabet is to this day they can't they've looked it up, they've put it together, they've run it through algorithms, they've run it through everything, and they still can't figure out where that language come from.
Well, no duh, like obviously, but I mean, so, I'm saying like,
and like some people believe that he made it up, you know what I mean? Other people believe that he was not that smart to make up his own language. But you know what I mean? It's just a he said, she said type thing, because one, we were never born, we weren't around during that time. We didn't know how intelligent he actually was. We knew he was super smart because of what we know, but we don't know exactly how smart he was, you know? So it could have been that, yes, maybe somebody, like you were saying, the spirit did give him some type of language, or maybe no, that they might have just made it up.
Well, probably could have made it up too, just to, you know, become more famous, you know, and be well known, you know. Oh my God, like these guys, like they talk to God pretty much, you know, kind of thing. Like,
so that's what I'm saying.
Because I mean, if you think about it, we're still talking to him about him till this day, so he did something right. That's what I'm saying. Same as like other people, I'm pretty sure like they wanted to be known in history. You get me?
Oh yeah, of course.
So well, my brother Barry's gonna give a little shout out to the other 2 subscribers that we just got out today. Or was it 2 days ago?
No, we got 1 subscriber 2 days ago.
Got one. And then we want to thank everyone for the 21 subscribers, guys.
You know what? As a matter of fact, right now, since we didn't thank the previous subscribers, we're going to thank you guys. But if you subscribe and we see you subscribe, we're going to give you guys a shout out,
you know, for subscribing us. And hopefully you stay with us.
And hopefully you like the content, you know, leave comments, you know what I mean? We have a Twitter. We have a Facebook. You know what I mean? You can give us comments. You know, I tweet out. You know, if you want to follow us, I tweet out when we're going to go live. I tweet out, you know, I don't really tweet that much, honestly. But I do tweet out, like, what we're going to do. I tweet out polls and stuff like that. But the subscriber is JFloyd89. Thank you for subscribing. We love you.
Bring us that YouTube money.
No, we need that YouTube money. No, we're broke. We're working on our own money, man. It's hard. But, yeah, you know, thank you all, guys. And, I know this is only our 4th one.
Yeah, so we're rusty. You know, we're trying to get, you know, the flow of things.
You know what I mean? We're using voice changers. We're trying to change it up for you guys.
Yeah, and we're gonna bring different.
You know?
Yeah, and then not only that, but you want to stand out to everybody, and we're gonna try to bring you the best information as we can. You know,
not only that, we want to be unique to other podcasts. You know, I know there's 100,000 podcast people out there. You know what I mean? You know, but eventually we are gonna have an intro. Eventually we are gonna have an outro.
We're gonna have pre-recordings, guys. But if you guys want us to do live podcasting, we'll do live.
Well, we're gonna do live I would say for me and you, it's better doing live.
Yeah, we like live.
We like live because it's better. But we can do.
I understand that a lot of you people, or a lot of you subscribers, or people that are just listening right now, don't have time, to.
Not only that, we can just throw out 20
to watch it live.
Yeah, we can throw out 20-minute videos of like little topics or little stories here and there,
exactly.
pre-recorded. You know what I mean?
And then we'll do live like every Sunday, guys.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like during the week, if you guys wanted us to drop another video, you know what I mean? Just let us know, and we can just pre-record something, and then be like, boom, we can make an intro, outro, and
So the good thing is that we're trying to keep our promises as best as we can. We're trying to do it every Sunday.
For now.
If we for some reason can't do it, like the next Sunday, we'll let you guys know through the podcast.
I'll tweet out. But also too, if you guys want us to change the day, maybe you guys can't do Sunday. Yeah, you guys want us to do a Saturday,
and if we can do a Saturday, we'll try.
Yeah, we'll try a Saturday.
But if anything, like we said, either way, if you can't watch it live, it still stays there, guys. You can watch it later.
Yeah.
So for the next week's topic, we're just gonna talk about. Hold on, guys.
Ghost stories.
Yeah, guys.
So we're gonna bring a. You say you're gonna bring a guest?
Yeah, we're gonna bring. Well, we'll bring a guest. We'll just say guest. Hopefully they come.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I need to know for sure.
Well, if we don't bring a guest, I mean, like, we'll make sure to tell their story. How about that, guys?
No. You can't say bring a guest and then.
Okay, we'll bring a guest then. I'll make sure that person comes.
Okay, and then we're gonna it's the ghost stories. We're gonna tell just individual ghost stories.
Yeah.
Me and Alfanum are gonna look up 2 major
Well, phenomenon. Two ghost stories.
Phenomenon that
we
happen.
found. Him too, me too, and then we're gonna have the guest speak on her own experience. But we'll also talk about our own experiences. You know.
Well, you just say you haven't seen a ghost.
But I've had some stuff happen to me at work. Okay, so I wanna make
sure. I want to get it off my chest.
Yeah, I gotta get it off my chest. All right, guys. Thank you, and see you next time.
Goodbye.